What's going on, everybody? Welcome back. Today we're going to be talking about the Rohan team, the full team review of this squad, talking about the trio, mostly focusing on the trio, but also talking about the two other characters, Eldred and Wilfwin, and why you're not really going to get a lot of use out of them, and why I recommend kind of skipping over them. We're going to break down the whole team, what they work around, their strengths or weaknesses, talk about all that in today's video. So if you guys do find this video helpful or informative, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and let's dive into it. So the Rohan team, it revolves around Lady Eowyn, Eomer, Eothane as your trinity, as your holy trinity of the Rohan team. And you have Eldred and Wilfwin with you as well. Now Eowyn brings a lead to this team in that every time that there is a counterattack or assist with a Rohan squad member, they gain bonus crit chance. This will max out at 45% bonus crit chance for assist encounters. Not bad. Plenty of bonus damage you're going to get with this team, but you got to make sure they counter and assist. And that's where you're going to get a lot of stuff between her, Eothane, and Eomer. So Valiant Protector is like the big ability for Eowyn, where she grants might to random allies, cause the ally with the highest damage to assist. She has her Break the Cage ability, where she will cleanse Banes from herself and allies, inflicts Disable, which is ability block, on the enemy target. And at fully maxed out, you gain 5% bonus damage per Bane cleansed. So, you know, it's a nice little way to get about another 40% bonus damage on this. Her basic defensive blow will give her 1 stack of defensive, which is basically a block, meaning that she takes reduced damage from the next attack. And then her passive Shield Maiden of Rohan, she's able to gain counterattack, and then she gains bonus turn meter whenever a Rohan ally is affected with a Bane, up to 7.5% turn meter when maxed out, otherwise at 2.5%. And she does get bonus damage for her counterattacks as well, up to 20%. So you already seen some synergy within her lead, talking about that bonus crit chance, that the assist, the counters. You're already getting that with her. And then you move over to Eomer, and he gets some nice synergy as well with assist, and he has the Marshal's Command where he will call a Rohan ally to assist. So you're already getting some nice damage there. Courageous Charge is a synergy with Eothane, where he will cleanse Banes from himself and Eothane and deal damage to the target enemy 3 times. Get some nice bonus damage if Eothane is an ally. But then his Brotherly Devotion ability. He heal himself and Eowyn for 4% of his max health, and he gets to gain a buff called Assistance. Now, this assistance will allow him to use his basic attack whenever another ally uses his basic attack. So at level 5, this is a guaranteed chance. At level 3, you get a 25% chance to gain assistance. Or sorry, level 2 you gain 25% chance. At level 3 you get 50%. At level 4 you get 75%. And at level 5 you will get the guaranteed assistance. And then at level 6 you get another bonus healing with him, but you don't really have to go for that. The assistance will allow him to use his basic, which is very nice here. When he uses this, he is able to gain turn meter with it. Now, at level 2, he gains 10% turn meter when he uses his basic, and at level 6, if you want to invest that much, he gains another 5% turn meter. Probably not something you really want to invest in, unless you're going hard on Rohan. That's pretty expensive just for another 5% turn meter. That's not exactly something that you really want to be investing all that gold into. So you're getting some nice synergy here as well with assists, and then with Eothane, his Show Strength ability is where you get counterattacks on himself and allies. At level 6, you get counterattack to all allies. Otherwise, at level 2, it's just 3 random allies. So, another pretty hefty upgrade if you want to get counterattack on 2 more allies. Though, you do get a summon with Eomer, and we should talk about that as well. The summon with Eomer is okay. He's very squishy, and it seems that the ability levels for him are tied to the summon ability for Eowyn or Eomer as well. So as you upgrade the summon ability here with Marshal's Command for Eomer, that will upgrade the ability levels of the Rohan attacker as well. You can see his basic is only level 2, and if you go and look at the summon, his basic is level 3. So I'm pretty sure this is tied to the summon level or the ability level of the summon here. And there's some nice damage here. Gains might. His special ability, his second special ability can deal bonus damage, and he ignores armor with this. And then his basic ability just deals damage. But he's very squishy. He dies very quickly. So if you're in arena, Gaz is going to pretty much one-shot the Rohan attacker on his first attack. Nothing really special there, but it is helpful at least in a PvE setting. And then, yeah, so Eothane, back to him. His taunt Sentinel stance will put provoke on Eothane, which will dissipate over time as he takes damage or he gets attacked. He will lose a stack of provoke, but the big thing here is that he gains turn meter to his squad. This will max out at 20% at level 5, and at level 6 he will gain up to 4 stacks of provoke. But that turn meter boost is pretty significant. That's very helpful in arena. That's why you see Eothane in arena a lot, is because of that turn meter and the counter attacks. But also his basic can apply expose, which is this is very, very good. Expose reduces the armor on the enemy target by 50%, and at level 4 you can extend this to be a 2-turn expose, which is pretty significant. His passive is Vanguard, which just gives him more max health. Nothing really special with that. But if you get counterattack or you get Eothane to assist with this, you got this 2-turn expose on someone, which means they're just wide open to take a ton of damage. And yeah, it's really nice. So that's your holy trinity of your Rohan team: Eowyn, Eomer, and Eothane. And those three are going to be the core that you build a lot of beginner teams around. This is a team you see in arena quite a bit, though people have been swapping out Eomer or Eothane and bringing in someone else. But for beginner teams, you see Eowyn, Eomer, Eothane, then Strider and Pippin, and then you kind of build out from there. Once you get Gaz, you usually take out Eomer and you put Gaz Ironhide in place. And then eventually, if you do get Halbarad, you replace Pippin with Halbarad, and that's kind of what you're seeing a lot in the arena meta. We'll see how that holds up in the long run, especially with Elrond coming here soon as a legendary. And it seems that Mordor is probably going to be arena meta if Elrond does not make it the meta. Well, if Elrond does not make elves the meta, I should say. We'll see how things pan out there. But yeah, we got to talk about the other two characters here on this team, Eldred and Wilfwin. And as much as I want to make them work, they're really only PvE centric. So let's start with Eldred. Eldred is a very good healer, one of the better healers in the game, but that's really all he brings to the table. So his special Invigorating Draught will heal and apply a regeneration to one random ally, or the most wounded squad member. His Be Renewed ultimate ability will heal all squad members, bonus max healing if it is Rohan squad members. And you can upgrade this to level 6 to get this to a 5/6 charge instead of a 4/6. This will go up to 5/6. So you get it one turn quicker. Not really worth that level 6 upgrade in my opinion. And then every last drop, this passive definitely needs a buff. He gains bonus max health, which will increase his healing capabilities. But this regeneration for one turn to one Rohan squad member below 25% health, it's really that in my opinion needs to be higher. It shouldn't have a health limit on this. It needs to just be regardless of whatever health. Whoever's the most injured Rohan squad member, just give that regeneration to them. That's all you really have to do there. So this definitely needs a buff. The Be Renewed ability though, really, really good. And Invigorating Draught, already not too bad. Like, the regeneration is very nice. They'll heal 5% to start at their next turn, and you can get 2 stacks of regeneration on this. And level 6 will reduce this to a 2-turn cooldown. So you're going to use this quite often when you fully upgrade it. But that's if you want to fully upgrade it. And then you have his basic, where he attacks the enemy target and then gains 5% turn meter. Now, you can get this at level 6 to give another 5% turn meter, but it must have Rohan allies below 50% health. And that I'm not too keen on either. Number one, that means you have to run a full Rohan squad to really get this going. But also, you know, that's pretty low. Like, that's a pretty low health. I would say I would like to probably see this at 75% health. Obviously, anything below 100% would be broken. Because that would just be, if you get him to assist at all, or you get him to counter, then this would be a little too much. But if they're below 75% health, I could see that. But I mean, you're talking at that point, basically 25% turn meter if the full Rohan team is below 50% health, which, I mean, how helpful is that going to really be, you know? So that's, I think he's great at healing, but also, if you notice in here, there's nothing to synergize with the lead with Eowyn. So Eomer and Eothane have counterattacks, they have assists, they have things that synergize with that lead for Eowyn. Remember, the Eowyn lead is bonus crit chance on attack, on assists, and counters. And you don't see that here. There's really nothing here where he's assisting or countering. So he's really good at healing, but he doesn't really have any Rohan synergy with the lead. He does have the bonus healing with Rohan, but again, not too much. And then we get to Wilfwin, who is going to have fantastic damage numbers. And we look, for instance, her ultimate here down the middle. If this character has more health than the target, she gains bonus crit chance, and then it gains bonus crit damage. Fully maxed out, she gains bonus 40% crit chance with this, and another 20% crit damage on top of that. But this is her ultimate. She's not going to synergize this at all with Eowyn and her assist lead. So you're never really going to reach the full potential with this. It is going to deal some really good damage at least, but you're more reliant on her basic. And yeah, she can apply Enfeeble, which is reducing the crit chance on the enemy target. At level 6, you get 2-turn Enfeeble. Otherwise, it's just a 1-turn Enfeeble at level 2. But her passive is solid for this, in which she gains bonus damage equal to 10% of this character's current health percent. So if she's at 100% health, she gains 10% bonus damage. Now you can max this out at 25% bonus damage based on the max health. So at full health, she gains 25% bonus damage, which is good. Like that's some pretty solid stuff. She gains bonus max health as well. That way if she takes a hit, it's not gonna affect her bonus damage as much. And then her special, Clear the Path, is pretty good at breaking a tank if you fully upgrade this. There's some really good damage with this. If the target has taunt or provoke, you can max this out at basically like 400% bonus damage or 400% damage if they had taunt or provoke. It's a pretty high damage number. But again, we go back to the thing of there's no real synergy with her and Eowyn, and this is part of the issue with Eldred and Wilfwin, is that yeah, they bring good stuff to the table, but they're not really reaching their full synergy with Eowyn. There's nothing here where they get like bonus assists or counterattacks. They're not providing anything with that like Eomer and Eothane are. Eothane calls targets to assist. Eothane provides counter. Eomer provides assists for the team. You don't really get that with Eldred and Wilfwin. They do get some benefits from being called to assist, but that's really as far as you get. And in terms of PvE, Rohan is a really good PvE team, but there are better PvE teams. And really right now, what we need to be focusing on is Arena, in that Arena's your daily income of gems, and the Arena meta revolves around AoE attacks and quickly just being able to withstand those attacks and having a solid tank or two on your end. And we just don't get that with Eldred and Wilfwin. We get that plenty with Eowyn, Eomer, and Eothane, where Eowyn can cleanse Banes, she can apply Disabled, Eomer and Eothane have assist mechanics with them, Eowyn can counterattack. Those three, you're going to see them, especially as beginner Arena teams, you're going to see those three. But Eldred and Wilfwin automatically are just the odd people out on this one. So the team can do well inside of campaigns, but if you're focusing on a light side Arena team, you're going to use Strider, you're going to use Pippin, Halbarad, those kind of characters. And once you get Gaz Ironhide, you're going to throw him in as well. So Eldred and Wilfwin are kind of, there's really no point in investing in them right now. Now, down the road, they may be a strong raid team. We're going to talk about the Moria raid a little bit more in some other videos. But if we do end up having to use Rohan for the Moria raid, then I could see this team being pretty strong inside of the raid. Not as strong as, say, the Road to Rivendell squad, but they could be a very strong raid team. So the potential's there for them as a PvE team, but you're better off investing your resources in other light characters and using them over Eldred and Wilfwin, especially if you're going to be able to use them in Arena at the same time. So while the Trinity is pretty strong, the other two characters I think need some buffs or just really are just something you should skip right now. Maybe this will change if and when we get Theoden as a new character for Rohan. Maybe we get him as a new lead, and maybe Eldred and Wilfwin get some new potential synergy with him. We'll see how that all pans out. But yeah, that's going to kind of wrap it up for me. If you guys have any questions or questions, comments, concerns, thoughts, ideas, anything about the Rohan team, let me know down below in the comments section. If you guys have enjoyed this video, make sure to hit that like button, share, and subscribe. Thank you guys so much for watching. I will see you guys next time.